Welcome guys, welcome back to our channel. This is me Shubham Kumar, your host, and you're watching Serial Chess Diaries. Right now, you can see this is one of my matches, and we are going to analyze it. Now, whoever follows me knows that this is, as usual, not a random match. I'm not analyzing a random match. In this match, I have used one of the traps which I explained in this video. I mean, in this video, I said that at the amateur level, people usually go with scholars checkmate type of thing. But I said one thing also, that at the 1000 level also, people usually tend to go for scholar checkmate type of thing. They wants to humiliate you with going for a checkmate in 3 to 4 moves. And that's why I've made this video this video to you can punish their early queen attacks. So since I have seen multiple players saying that whatever we study in the trap don't actually works on the live matches, so guys, here we are. In this match I have used this trap, yes, this trap, and I achieved very great results. So let's see. Of course, the one thing is that whatever we expect doesn't happen on the live matches, but we have to understand the patterns, main lines, and act accordingly. That's what I did in this match, and of course I won this match. So let's analyze this match. We have e4 e5. This is the basic standard king's pawn opening. Through this both the players are controlling the center. Black is with me. Citadel Chess official is my official rating. 1082, it's official ID's rating. So we have queen to h5. Now you can see this queen is lurking on this f7 square. Now okay, I know that it's a golden chance for me to show you guys that how this trap works. We have knight at c6, defending this pawn. Wait a minute, defending this pawn, because if we go with g6, this queen will take it and then this rook will be hanging. That's the case. We have bishop to c4, going for this instant checkmate at f7, and we have pawn to g6. Now we are pushing this queen away. Then queen goes to f3. Now this queen is again threatening a checkmate at the f7. Now most of the players go with the knight to f6, or most of the tutorials also suggest knight to f6 move. But here in this video, what I explained is pawn to f5. Yes, this is the most brutal way to use against this kind of system and to harass your opponent. Queen, of course, not your opponent's queen. We have pawn takes pawn, as I explained in this video. We have knight to d4. Now this is a fork. Okay, it's not a fork, but we are attacking the queen. We are threatening to go for a fork at c2, and there it will be attack on king and the rook at the same time. Okay, the arrow went wrong, but you can understand. So we have queen to d3, which is the most played move. Of course, opponent can also go with queen to d5, go for instant checkmate kind of thing, but he chooses queen to d3. Now in this video, of course, I'm not okay, okay, कोई बात नहीं. So in this video I have told you that this is the first variation. Yes, in this video the first variation I explained about this only. So you can see everything is going according to the plan. We have pawn to d5. Now we are attacking this bishop and also opening our bishop's diagonal to attack this f5 and recovering our lost piece. Bishop goes back. We have bishop takes pawn, and now we are attacking this queen. So queen has to move back. So queen goes at c3. Now what? We have knight to f3, f6, and we are hoping knight to e4 and then attacking this queen. And of course he is an 1000 rated player, so he knows that knight to e4 is coming, and I was thinking that he will go with a pawn to d3 sort of stuffs, but he went with pawn to f3, and that's the great turning point, guys. Now you can see this is actually a great turning point, because in the trap which I explained, I went with pawn to d3. Now the reason behind pawn to d3 is that now he can't develop his knight naturally, so he need his knight development square at the f3. So with this thought, I thought opponent will usually go pawn to d3, but he went with pawn to f3. Now since the trap is not going to work because this pawn is still there, so still we have to go with a main line. We have to go with main line and understand the patterns. So I went with main line, which is a a5, trapping this bishop. He went with a4, which we discussed. Now since this pawn is still present at d2, so it is not going to be a pinning attack, but still I went with bishop to b4, which is because it's a main line. Of course it's a main line. We have queen comes at e3 and he's attacking on this e5 square. Didn't care and I took this pawn here. Of course we are going to trade this. If bishop takes, let's say bishop takes bishop, and then we have super family folk type of system. Let's see, you can see this is a family folk type of system and opponent will lose immediately. So that's why I went with this. But opponent, since he's a 100,000 little player, so he didn't take it. He first uh, take this pawn with the queen, which is of course good move. Now guys, most of the players, what they do, they actually drop their knight back. I mean, knight back to this was actually one option, but they will lose their bishop. I mean, I'm talking about myself. What were the options left with me? Bishop to e7 was one option, but we will lose this knight. Knight to e6 was an option, but we will lose this bishop. The best option is queen trade at e7. So that's why that happens. We have queen takes queen, we have king takes queen. Now what? We have knight attacking this bishop. I just neutralize the threat and take the knight at e3. We have rook takes knight, hoping that after bishop takes bishop, rook will take bishop, everything is good, but it is not, because their bishop takes bishop. Now rook can't take this bishop. Why? Because it's knight protection, and right now we have clear 3-piece advantage. Our opponent, since he is 1000 rated player, he went with knight to e2. Now he is suffering from a very great positional disadvantage. Now the pawn to f3 was actually a mistake, because now he can't develop his knight at natural square, and through this he can't threaten my knight at this d4 anymore, because after this he could have also been threatening this square and also coming to these two squares. But right now this knight has to jump at e2, and from e2 he is looking nowhere actually. That's the problem. That's the main thing behind this f3. Instead he should have gone with d3 and then skewer type of thing, bishop skewer, not king, bishop skewer. But okay, everything doesn't happen according to we plan, but we have to understand the pattern and act accordingly. We have knight to c2. It's a fork. Remember guys, it's a fork. If king moves at this d1 square, which is actually very big mistake, because after we take this rook, this is a discovered check, so he will not able to take our knight back. So that's why king moves at this f2. We have knight takes rook, pawn takes knight. Now guys, you can see that all the pieces of white has been disorganized and we have a clear advantage of winning. And from now on you can see that we have clear 5-piece advantage. So each and every move is actually, I mean, video will get very long, and you can see the played moves are actually 34. Right now we are on 18th move. Yes, we are on 18th move. So I'm going a bit faster, because after this move, after the 18th move, every move is actually a bit logical. It doesn't count any kind of trap. The trap was only till then 18th move, because through that traps and main lines I actually managed to get a 5-point lead, and this is actually more than enough to win a game. So let's go with this. We have rook to aligning at e8, and we have bishop attacking this knight. And let's see, we have bishop pawn takes pawn, we have knight comes at d4. Now rook king comes to d6, because he wants to protect this square, of course. Moreover, okay, I just went with d3 so that I can open my rook. We have bishop comes to this c3, we have pawn to c5, but pushing away this knight. So knight goes back again, and we have bishop to this b5 attacking this knight. And now you can see this knight is actually threatened because it is doubly attacked. So this knight moves away, and we have knight trade, offering for knight trade. Knight takes knight, pawn takes knight, and we have pawn comes at b4, attacking this bishop. I could have taken this pawn. Yes, I just took this pawn. So we have rook to this b1 attacking this pawn. I just went with pawn to b5, since it is defended by my bishop, so it's nothing to worry about. Pawn comes at this d4. I went to attack this bishop. Bishop goes back, and I went back with the same thing. So we have pawn takes pawn. We have rook come at e2. King moves away. We have again a check, so king again moves away. Now guys, I went with this to attack. Of course, we have this attack also. Moreover, I was actually hoping to take this pawn so that this pawn doesn't become any kind of problem at the later phases. So we have rook to defend this pawn. He was thinking that I was going to take this pawn, but okay, We have bishop check, so king moves up, and then I am about to just take this pawn, and he did a very big mistake. He's 1000 rated player, and he did a very big mistake. Now what is this mistake? It's actually pawn to g3. You can see this is a great mistake. We have rook to this h2 and checkmate. So the thing is that I managed to win this game because I have a heavy piece advantage. I got a piece advantage of 5 points right at the 18th move. That is because of this trap only. So I just want to tell you guys that if you know any trap, if you are learning any trap, just understand the main lines and patterns. Even if something went little off board, you have to stick with the main lines and just act accordingly. Don't be kind of don't do any kind of blunders. Just be logical. Ask yourself that why are you playing this move and why not? What are the consequences if you play this move and this not? So that's the thing. Moreover, of course, there is only one off-board move. If just my opponent had gone with d3, the game would have just ended in the instant. But it's still okay, it's good. So that was all for today's guide. This was the analysis of my match where I used this trap, a strongest counter to Scholar's checkmate or early queen attacks. So this is all for today, guys. If you like this match, please congratulate me in form of subscription, comments, share, and likes. So this is me Shubham Kumar. You are watching Serial Chess Diaries, and I will meet you in the next video. So till then, take care.